Good day, everyone. Today we're going to talk about some topics regarding to human resource management. As we know, human resource management is a formal system in organization to ensure the effective and efficient use of human talent to accomplish organizational goals. The management in human resources must be recruited, compensated, trained, and developed. The objective of this video is for you to know how the HR managers done some of the key functions such as recruitment, the difference between wage and salary under the compensation, and also employee morale and how they motivate them. So here it goes.
Recruitment or recruiting is the process of generating a pool of qualified candidates. The best to understand recruitment, it's critical that human resource professionals understand the three essential concepts: the employment brand, recruitment process, and the recruitment method. Now it's time to recruitment process. This includes three primary elements. First is planning, understanding why you're recruiting, your objectives, and how to attract the types of employees you need. Second is job posting, creating and distributing a notice of the current job opportunity to allow for application of recruitment method. Third is the communication, the information shared between the employer and the candidate throughout the recruitment process itself. When planning recruitment, consider these four elements: how much money is available, how much time, size of the audience, level of the job, meaning what level in the organizational structure does the position fall. Then, we apply a job posting, which is most frequently used technique for the communicating job openings. A job posting is built directly from your job description. Job posting apply employment branding and containing information about the job, including summary, essential functions, specification, and so on. The goal of job posting is straightforward: to get the word out as many people as possible about the positions. And finally, the candidate communication, critical to success. With great communication, the applicant will be more likely to consider the organization as an employer and will speak more positively of the company.
When we talk about HR managers, it talk about on how we handle things, or how we handle not only customers but for employees also. So what is recruitment process? Recruitment process is a process of identifying the job's vacancy, analyzing the job requirements, reviewing applications, screening, shortlisting, and selecting the right candidate. So for me, recruitment process is a process that includes three basic steps. First, resume selection. Second, testing, written or online. And lastly, the interviewing. Unlike the recruitment methods, there are particular means to develop the practices of each stage in the recruitment life cycle and process, from sourcing candidates to the hiring decision. Recruitment process, there are disadvantages and advantages. First, when we talk about the advantages of recruitment. First, reduce time to hire, shorten onboarding times, saves money. Lastly, strengthen employee engagement. We talk about what are the disadvantages of recruitment. First, cost. Second, cultural fit. Third, lack of communication. And lastly, quantity versus quality.
An employment brand is the market perception of what it's like to work for an organization. In other words, it is the image of your prospective, current, and past employees have in their minds about the employment experience at your company. Employees have become your consumer of the workplace. They do the research and browse before they buy. You now have to convince them to choose you. Through an authentic and compelling employment brand, you grab the attention of more candidates who are the right fit of your organization. To develop a strong employment brand, you need to understand your ideal employee and work with you to design a persuasive and targeted employment brand. An employment brand is the way your organization prospective applicants, candidates, and employees perceive you as an employer. A strong employment brand is one that clearly communicates the culture of your company, its mission, and its values, giving people a compelling reason to want to work for and stay with the organization. Not every company, however, realizes just how critical a role their employment brand plays in both attracting and retaining talent. Ultimately, you wanna hire people who do the job and perform and grow and also stay because they enjoy the experience and continue that experience in the long time.
The primary objective of any base wage or salary system is to establish a structure for the equitable compensation of employees depending on their jobs and their level of performance and their jobs. So this simply means that if the base wage salary system are effective, a firm's compensation system can improve cost efficiency, ensure legal compliance, enhance recruitment and efforts, and reduce moral and turnover problems. The system that creates rewards that is equitable to the employer and employee is called the objective of compensation. So, compensation should be adequate. So, adequate to meet the needs of the employee. Equitable. Each person should be paid fairly. So, benefits of balance rather. Pay benefits and other rewards should provide a reasonable total reward package. Number 4 is cost effective. So cost effective, taking any consideration the company's ability to pay. The next is secure. Pay should be enough to help an employee to feel secured. Number 6 is incentive providing. So it means pay should motivate effective and productive work or reward desired behavior. Number 7 is acceptance to the employee. So employee should understand the pay system. Number 8 is compliant with legal regulation. So let's proceed to the main components of compensation. First is the base pay. When we say base pay, it is a hourly wage or weekly or monthly earn. So number 2 is premium pay. When we say premium pay, refers to the additional compensation required by law for work performed within 8 hours or on non-working days. Number 3 is base pay progression. Means it is the movement of base pay over time from year to year. Last but not the least, the variable pay. So variable pay is the incentive or bonus pay that does not fall into base pay, such as earnings may be based on performance against present goals. So this is present goals, the incentive or bonus at the discretion of the company, may be paid at individual, team, group or organizational.
The HR must make certain the managers to understand how to rate the employee objectively and fairly, and evaluate the overall distribution of the performance ratings. So, HR manager will be the one to decide which employee will be in the wages earner and the salary earner. Example, Elaine is a regular employee in Mitsumi as a production worker, and she is in the salary earner. Her manager discovered that she has the ability to become an office staff, so they look the school attainment of Elaine. They discover that Elaine is a college level, and then they interviewed Elaine. They found out that she almost finished her course, which is IT. So they transfer and train Elaine as an encoder. After 5 years, her performance was great. So she is promoted as office manager, and the HR decided that she will be on the wages earner.
HR management talks about on how we handle or how you handle your employees, especially when it comes to wages and salary. So first, we should discuss the difference of the wages and the salary. So first is wages. Wages. It is it is a term that is usually associated with an hourly workforce or an hourly individuals in a schedule that reflects getting paid for the previous week work. So wages, when it comes to wages, when you work to a certain company, then you have been agreed or you have an agreement to each other between you and your employer. Then the employer said to you that you paid by an hour. You should be and your when you work, you should be calculated your payment by an hour. Salaries. It is an annual amount agreed upon between company and employee and paid to the employee increments on a schedule for work performed in a specific role. A salary is a type of payment when you work to a certain company, and it should be it's either your payment should be paid monthly, bi-weekly or weekly. It's either what you choose between the four of them. Because salary is has been what we call that has been agreed between you and your employers that you should work for that company and you should pay that kind of payment you should actually like.
Employee morale is determined by the positive people's views and opinions towards their work environment and overall satisfaction towards serving as an ambassador of the company. So, the employee morale has a direct effect of the employee's engagement, productivity, and retention. So, when the employee morale is high, the satisfaction and productivity will rise. But when the morale of the employees will low, the productivity will sink. So this is a time where the employer should reevaluate of how they can connect with and motivate their teams. But the question is, who's responsible for the employee's morale? So for the instance, there is a new employee arrived at the company, but he made negative comments about the low morale of the office. So eventually, the HR management heard about that and he was offended, where in fact, they work as a team. They work well as a team rather, and they had a pretty healthy morale. So after all, shouldn't be the employee be responsible of their own morale? So the answer is no. An employee is not entirely responsible of their own morale. Well, there are some employees who work as a predisposed to being bad-tempered, but most of the responsibility of creating a healthy environment workplace should be a human resource management with true effective ways of boosting employees, which will be tackled later. So moving on, practicing an ethical and efficient HR management will result more capable and product workforce that will contribute a positive brand image. Will in fact they work as one and share the same goal with a genuine sense of the brand image of.
Let's talk about the difference between morale and motivation. So morale is the confidence, enthusiasm, and discipline of a person or a group in a particular time. Morale can be defined as a total satisfaction derived from an individual from his job, his work group, his superior and the organization he works for, and the environment. It generally relates to the feeling of individuals' comfort, happiness, and satisfaction. According to Davis, morale is a mental condition of groups and individuals which determines their attitude.
In short, moral is a fusion of employees' attitudes, behaviors, manifestation of views, and opinions all taken together in their work scenarios, exhibiting employees' feelings towards work, work terms, and relation with their employers. Moral includes employees' attitudes on and specific reaction to their job. Now, let's talk about motivation. Motivation is the process that initiates, guides, maintains goal-oriented behaviors. Motivation involves biological, emotional, social, cognitive forces that activate behavior. In everyday usage, the term motivation is used to describe why a person does something. As a manager, you have the capacity to build morale by creating a positive work environment. In building motivation, you can motivate employees by attaching rewards to the completion.
Due to the effect of COVID-19 pandemic, small businesses have overcome so many extra challenges, especially regarding getting employees to come back and work, boosting employee morale. There are tips on how to boost your employee morale. First, encourage openness and honesty. Employees want to be know that you care and that they are valued as they begin to transition back into the workplace. Second, we must re-onboard employees. Over the last 120 days or so, there have been changes big and small in your company. It is the time to reorient the people together and to identify what has changed. Third and the last, thriving with measurable tasks. Keep your employee happy by assigning small, measurable tasks.
Before we end this video, I hope you learn a lot of our topic, which is talking about the human resources management, recruitment, wage versus salary, and employee morale and advantages. That's all. And thank you for watching. Please, if you like our video, please click the like button below, and if you have something to say, please leave a comment.